6'6", number 8, Lavine. At the point, at 6'6", number 2, Lamelo Ball. At the small forward position, at 6'6", number 22, Jimmy Butler. The other forward position, standing 6'8", number 6, Lebron James. Starting at center, 6 feet 10 inches, number 34, Antetokounmpo. The head coach of your Chicago Bulls is Billy Donovan. Let's hear it for your Chicago Bulls.
Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. And tonight we'll see the Houston Rockets as they go up against the Chicago Bulls at United Center. Alongside Greg Anthony and Steve Smith with David Aldridge on the sideline, this is Kevin Harlan. DA, it's all yours.
Well, Kevin, thank you. And Kevin Porter Jr. has a new start with the Rockets. His game has been compared to James Harden's. Porter said, being a lefty, creating off the dribble, that extra swag with the step back, I couldn't ask for a better comparison, honestly. He's unguardable. And Porter Jr. should know, guys, he's the youngest ever to drop a 50-point double-double with assists.
That was an impressive performance. David, thank you for that story. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Montrezl Harrell.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And the Houston Rockets starting 5. The backcourt made up of Wall and Green. Matthews up there with Jayshawn Tate. And it's Wood in at the 5 down low. And for Chicago, all out there was Zach Lavine. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's LeBron James. And it's Butler in at the small forward position. Here's Wood. You know, Steve, now that we have some time away from it, how strange and wild were the NBA playoffs in that bubble?
I think the wildest part, Kevin, was having players having the same living arrangements. We'll eventually look back and view it as one of the most interesting times in NBA history. The added strength coming into play. Zach Lavine just shrugging off the contact inside.
And finished off by Wood.
And let the big man eat. Throw it up to Wood, and he'll complete that.
Here's James. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Here's Tate and the rejection by LeBron. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
You know what? This is a skill set to be able to take the bump and stay on balance after the initial contact.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
In examining his numbers this season, we can see that he's been an exceptional free throw shooter, right around 85.
Rockets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And the call will be against Lamelo Ball. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first.
We have got to see that sensational mobile 1 block again.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
And now just over a minute played here in the first. Outside Matthews. Good on the three-point shot.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Antetokounmpo trying to break loose. Ball with the bucket.
And he's really a smart offensive player. You have to respect Ball's strong sense for when to take that jumper.
Now here's Wall. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game. Here's Butler. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
This is who you want leading that play. A sure passer with great awareness.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Here's Wall. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And great to see Wall beat a couple major injuries. Had to attack rehab twice. Doesn't always get enough credit for his dedication to the game.
And for Wall, Greg, has his game changed at all now that he's into his 30s?
And he's so much stronger now. Just as liable to go through you than around you. Better at varying the tempo and controlling the pace of the game.
He hits the second from the line.
And there's a lot of nuance to Wall's game. People talk about his speed and things like that, but his instinct and skill are equally as important, if not more so. How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
Here's Wall. And James pulls it down.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Shot's good from Butler.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Here's Wall. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Matthews passes to Wall. Outside, Green. Matthews against Butler. Here's Tate. And that one is hammered home.
A little undersized at the 4, but he can get off the ground.
Giannis left side. Butler passes to Giannis.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Ball from long range. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Ball's got 5.
What unselfish play from LeBron. You can tell he wants to get everyone involved.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Last time they met in Houston.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, then another. Really the story of the game.
I was surprised they put up so little fight. That was not the team I expected to see that night.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Montrezl Harrell comes in for LeBron. Kobe White, he's checked in for Zach Lavine. And Ball subbed in for Ball. Ball, he gets it in there.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Rockets trail by 7. On the wing, Porter. Kept alive. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
And it's White missing. Last outing for Chicago, they won that game against the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, and I think the perimeter game is what helped them in that one. Consistent from out beyond the arc.
We talk a lot about shot selection, and we saw why. You want to avoid empty possessions.
And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Defensive foul.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Chicago.
Guys, their willingness to attack the basket so far has been great. They're penetrating, find the holes in the defense, and scoring from close range.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Free throw, no good for Gafford. Rockets trail by 5. Here's Gordon. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Yeah, both teams in the zone early. Stops have been almost impossible to come by.
The shot's good.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Takes it from 10. Here's Martin. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
Third team foul.
Houston shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
First free throw is good. And he can't hit the second. The Bulls leading by 4. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And White kicks to Reddish. Back to White. Lets the three fly. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Kobe White making it rain from distance.
Shot by Gordon, wide open. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. It's the Bulls up by 4 from the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. And as we know, the great ones make those around them better. Certainly the case with Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I'm a lot more comfortable. It's because my teammates trust me. My team trusts me to make the right play. And, you know, lately,
Not predetermined. He's reading the defense and then responding accordingly.
Well, it starts with getting downhill. The defense has to build a wall to keep him away from the rim.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
And that's really hard on a defense, having to play deeper into the clock and having to cover a lot more ground.
So with LeBron on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. They've got Daniel Gafford all out there with White. Then it's Reddish. And Harrell's in at the 4.
And you could see he knew exactly where that long rebound was coming off, able to get there quickly and snatch it up.
The Bulls leading by 6. Here's Harrell. Şengün with the rebound. Houston's gone 3 of 3 from three-point land here tonight. Outside, Martin. Porter looking it over. And the rejection by Gafford. Here's Reddish. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Reddish has got the lead up to 8 now for Chicago. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Houston. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The Houston Rockets are rebuilding. And that's a hard pivot for a team that, until last season, was pursuing titles. The new front office has been candid. It's presented challenges to look to go young and stack up draft picks. They plan to make constant bets on unproven talent as they build for the future. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Daniel Gafford. James comes in for Montrezl Harrell. Lavine's checked in for Kobe White. And Ball subbed in for Ball. Butler, he's checked in for the Bulls. Rockets trail by 8. Outside, Wall. Floats it up for Wood. And finished off by Wood. Steve is a bigger guard with a great three-point shot. You have to think you'd have done well in today's game.
Yeah, Kevin, but probably as a center, a pick and pop big, because everybody's playing smaller now. So I doubt you'd have found me in the backcourt.
And the first thing you notice about Green, the next level athleticism, incredible burst off the dribble, and makes smooth adjustments midair.
And he knocks down the first one. And one can only imagine what Green will be like, Greg, with a little time.
Still refining his shot release, still working on getting others involved. But we haven't seen a two-guard into the league with this much potential in quite some time.
Chicago leading by 4. Ball, the pass to Giannis. LeBron dishes to Antetokounmpo. Oh!
Yes. An amazing athlete. The length, speed, Giannis is borderline impossible to guard when he is playing downhill.
Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
And big defensive plays like that will help them stay in control of this one. Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Got a piece of it. Stolen by Ball. Giannis outside. Butler kicks to James. The tray. Score the basket. His second of 2 attempts.
Selfless pass by Butler. He's always ready to put the team's success ahead of his own.
Ball against James to end the run. And the slam dunk by Wall.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Forget just landing in. He wanted to make a statement.
Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
Rockets ball.
Outside, Green. Pass to Matthews. A minute 50 left to play in the first half. No one near Wall as he lets it go. And another 3 for Houston.
Here in the second quarter, he's looking much more comfortable with this offense.
Butler, Antetokounmpo trying to break loose. It's Butler that time on the assist by Ball.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Stolen by Ball. Goes up, and Ball slams it in.
Worth the price of admission. LaMelo with a tremendous play on the ball and finishes on the other end.
For the Houston Rockets, they come into tonight following a loss to the Detroit Pistons. Back to Wall. Pass to Tate. Back to Wall. 5 on the clock. Pulls up. Off the left rim and out.
Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jumpers.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. LeBron's got 3 assists tonight.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Ball against Wall. Bucket is good. Wall's got 7 now in this quarter.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
A putback, and Antetokounmpo on the follow. Antetokounmpo's got the lead up to 12 now for the Bulls.
And Giannis knows how to compete. He knows you got to fight for those second chance opportunities.
And the call will be against LaMelo Ball. That's foul number 2 for him.
All this means is he has to be careful. Don't want to pick up a cheapie and get sent to the bench with 3 fouls.
"17 seconds left here in the second. Wood against LeBron. Wood in the post. No dice from 9 feet out. It's stolen by Martin. And he banks in the layup. Martin's got 5 now.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that.
And so we conclude the first half. Bulls lead by 10. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show. Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. At one point, they were ahead by 8 points. They really poured it on in the second quarter, building the lead to 10 points. What'd you think, Shaq, about Chicago?
You guys know I appreciate when a team takes a commitment to attack in the painted area. Get those high percentage looks and what they to happen.
How about you, Kenny? What did you think about Houston?
They wouldn't be in such a deep hole if they hadn't given up so many offensive rebounds. Getting out hustled, getting moved around, losing possession. The one thing you can control is effort.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You look at Jimmy Butler. He's really been playing well.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Rockets. The backcourt made up of Wall and Green. Wood out there with Jayshawn Tate. And it's Matthews in at the 3 spot. 6 on the shot clock. Green inside the 3-point line. Dives for it, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. A fantastic mobile 1 block. This one deserves another look.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest. Going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
The Bulls leading by 13. Here's Ball. Count it. Good. 9 points in the game so far.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
And the call will be against Lamelo Ball.
That's his third
foul of the game.
First team foul. Substitution.
And for those of you tuning in, we're about a minute into the second half. And here's Wall. 8 points for him. Fires the 3. Rebound by Butler.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Now here's James. He's tightly guarded. Rockets trail by 15. Inside. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Assisted by.
And how about the read from John Wall? He knows the angles, sees the opportunity, and makes the right feed.
And Antetokounmpo with the basket on the assist by Ball. Ball's got his 6th assist on the night.
3 out of 4 coming out of the half, showing good execution on the offensive end.
Here's Wall, and the slam dunk by Wall.
At times, Wall can be so explosive here, playing downhill, and then just sails over the defense for the dunk.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And Greg, a lot of new head coaches stepping into this season. How does a first-year coach come in and win over a locker room?
I mean, Kevin, that's a great question, and I think there's a combination of confidence and humility that one has to have. And I think, believe it or not, the most important trait, you got to be consistent. Your message cannot waver. It cannot fluctuate. It's one way that you will lose a locker room.
Here's Wall, and the slam dunk by Wall.
And on the drive, Wall can be so sudden, striking before the defense gets a chance to load. The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And Wall hit the slam.
Now that's what I call a momentum changer.
Yeah, when you've got a point guard with that kind of spring, no lead is safe.
You're totally right. That can be a shot in the arm for them, a spark that turns things around.
And with Kobe White, you hate to see him settle. He's best when going at the rim. The defense wins if he takes that mid-range jumper.
That's the pass you want. Orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
And the pass to Gafford. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Over in the corner, White over Wall. There's Harrell. And he makes good on the layup. Harrell's got his second bucket tonight.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Now a timeout called by Houston. And Greg, with Kobe White, he's a solid shooter, but teams have keyed in on him.
I just want to see him more in attack mode. He's a solid finisher when he gets in there, and it could take his game to the next level.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Giannis, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Jimmy Butler comes in for Reddish. And Ball subbed in for Kobe White. Martin finds Gordon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Christopher, the pass to Wood. Over Lavine. Wood can't hit. And so Lavine will bring it up now for Chicago. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Ball, no good. Rockets have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
Here's Porter. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got his 6th rebound on the night. Outside Butler. From outside the arc. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
And once Butler gets cooking, look out. His guys need to keep getting it to him.
Gordon goes in. And the rejection by Giannis. Tries again. Martin trying to free himself up. And it's Gordon missing. The Bulls leading by 19 points. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You know, with a strong presence, great toughness, Jimmy Butler has a major effect on the culture of your team.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight. A free throw drop for Butler. So both teams changing it up here. And so Butler nails both of them. Ball against Gordon. To halt the run, misses the layup. That's a 2 from Butler. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
That is situational basketball. It takes a good understanding and good execution.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's Chicago delivering the blowout. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. They've got LeBron James. Lonzo Ball out there with LaMelo Ball. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Butler in at the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
He's a tough player. It's why Gordon's been one of the best role players in the league his entire career.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Bulls?
What tremendous passing we've seen from them today. A very unselfish performance all around.
Yeah, but I also like the balance because they're doing a great job of getting inside and converting around the rim. I really like their aggressiveness.
Here's Ball. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Now here's Gordon. And it's Martin penetrating and finished off by Martin.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. And LeBron throws it down.
Very athletic move by LeBron on the slam, showing the defense he still can be unstoppable.
Houston's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Outside, Porter. Passes to Wood. Gordon up on top. He's covered by Ball. And finished off by Martin.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Here's James, and he uses the glass on the layup. LeBron's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Here's Wood. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Christian Wood had that breakout campaign back in the 2019-2020 season with Detroit, earning himself a huge free agent deal. Great to see Christian's hard work pay off. And, you know, we talk about how Wood has moved around the league. He also attended 3 different high schools. So he's been searching for direction for a long time.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Tate, he's checked in for Martin. Green comes in for Eric Gordon. And John Wall subbed in for Kevin Porter. And that one's good. James.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And now Wood is laser focused, putting up all-star numbers over long stretches.
And you look at where he started compared to where he is now. Wood may be one of the most improved players we've ever seen, especially if he continues to ascend from here. I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
That's how you set the table, and everybody gets to eat.
The Bulls have gotten every shot they've taken so far in the fourth quarter to go in. That's 5 in a row to start the quarter. A nice shot there by Antetokounmpo.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Looks smart when the shots are going down.
Positions aren't as easily defined, Smitty, as they used to be in the NBA. Most players have to play a number of roles now.
That's totally true, Kevin. The more versatile you are, the more valuable you are. Teams want guards who can crash the boards and big men who can dish it out.
So Chicago ends up going with a new group. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here, we're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Pass to Christopher. Shot clock at 6.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
That's his first personal foul. 4th team foul.
Pass in Waba. Here's Christopher. Tice trying to break free. Christopher, that's good.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
Here's White. And the Bulls, another 3.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Nwaba, that's good. And so Wall with the assist. Wall's got 6 assists in the game.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish. And guys, you don't think this fella can do some major damage if he gets an opening to the rim.
G8, they just learned that lesson the hard way. They better put a little bit more effort into their D the next time down.
The defense has to feel real embarrassed right now. They totally got schooled on that highlight reel play.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Chicago.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win. And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance
For LaMelo Ball.
You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage.
That's his first personal foul. 5th team foul.
First one falls for
Shooting for Houston.
Patrick Williams. He's checked in for Cameron Reddish.
At the line for 2.
And so John Wall nails both of them. Here is Stevenson. Here's Nora. Nwaba with the rebound.
And that was the last thing they needed. Now the clock is stopped, and they put them on the line.
Foul. Team is in the penalty.
And the first one drops. And the Rockets making a change here. Porter's checked in.
Taking 2 shots.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
He needed to convert on all of those. Missed opportunities at the line are the last thing they need right now.
Here's Gafford. No good. Shot missing. And Houston the other way now. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Nwaba gets the bucket.
On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on.
Well, the question becomes, are they playing that much better now, or has their opponent taken the rest of the night off?
Here's Porter. There's the dish to Bradley. And the rejection by Gafford. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Gafford. Bradley kicks to Porter. From 12 feet out. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Jimmy. Explosive night for you offensively. You were feeling it out there.
Feeling it and taking rhythm shots. I feel like all shots that I take are going to go in because I'm so used to taking those shots, man. But for my coaches and my teammates, they got the utmost confidence in me shooting whatever shot because they know it's going to be a good one.
It was very good tonight, Mr. Buckets. Thanks for your time. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. So long.
Now you do the